ladies and gentlemen, hard-nosed derby podcast. We're in your fucking living room.
It's pretty common.
Yeah.
It's way more comfortable in the basement. It's just because we ain't got good enough chairs and shit in there yet.
What's new shit?
We got somebody else here with us, too.
Yeah. And I haven't been kicked in the dick.
I say let the dick kicking commence.
I did think about stealing his truck, though.
Oh, my God.
I think there's a video floating around of the last guy that did that.
So we'll just say we got PJ Schnarr in the house. I think you did say that was the first thing you were going to ask him. When we finally got to get him on was the spring explosion debacle of some little blonde-haired douchebag trying to steal his truck. And what's that movie? Like It Got Dealt With?
He got dealt with.
Oh, PJ,
out
what's
of all
happening?
the fucking trucks.
How much?
Out of all the fucking trucks the dude could try to steal.
It's not all the trucks. It was that whole tent area.
Yeah, because
They were all
vehicles
Fords.
there. You know,
Don't do drugs,
keys in
kids.
them.
Yeah. Craig's concrete trucks everywhere. And the one white Ford Power Stroke with no Craig's concrete on the side. Your dumbass decides that you're going to try to steal that truck.
And the one with 5-inch exhaust. It's the loudest out of all of them. I mean,
Did you get your truck fixed? That's my question.
yeah, I only got a little nickel-sized dent and, the bumper, but other than that, didn't really hurt it.
Hand heal up.
Finally it quit swelling.
Because I told you I got the phone call, and I instantly walked up to Adam. Adam was like, God damn it, I didn't do it. It was PJ.
I got the fucking Snapchats. I was dying laughing.
I still say seeing him saucer him out of the side of the truck was the best part about all of it. He'd come across there and hit that K-wall and come rolling back like 15 foot from the pickup, and it was comical.
Adam said, well, PJ was in there so fast and I was wailing on the dude. Adam said, I thought I was pretty quick and I'd be able to get him out of the driver's seat. He said he done had him fucked up by the time I get my hands on him.
Good times.
Yeah, if you call it that.
Hey, that was one. You didn't go to jail. You didn't get in trouble.
I will say I thought I was going to jail, especially when Adam pulled his wallet out and flipped his ID open and it was still straight up and down and not sideways.
Well, I don't know how the Illinois laws go about that, but I think a man can protect his property.
Thank God that it was actually an old ID. I understand people mess up, but that was the wrong one to mess up with.
That'd be right.
At that time as well.
Yeah, 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Nothing good ever happens after midnight.
Yeah.
No.
Other than hangovers.
That was a real interesting weekend.
Yeah.
Because when we got there, it started snowing. And the year before, it was 80 degrees and sun shining and shorts, and I showed up in shorts, but my fat ass put on pants.
And the year before that, like I said, it was I fucking drank so much beer during the day because it was perfect beer drinking.
It was perfect beer drinking weather.
I ended up over there with Simonton now.
That's bad anyways.
Yeah, that ain't no joke.
So, we got you on right before Gold Rush. We know you're taking a team. We're ready. We've got so many buddies that are going to be going to that show. Some of them are still going to Blizzard Bash 2, which is, in my opinion, some overachievers trying to do both, especially in that style of build. Who did you end up getting as a team, if you can announce it?
I can announce it. I picked up, that's me, Michael Patton, Xavier Strelo, and Curtis Hammond Jr.
And that'll be a solid team.
Oh, yeah. That's the national side, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Fuck them cars.
No joke. I think I should have just earlier this year.
Hold on. You told me earlier this year that you were done with that mod shit.
Earlier this year we were going to, and I didn't end up getting a single spot for South Dakota for the super stock class. Just missed her, just barely, at Pecatonica. If we wouldn't have had malfunction with a distributor wire, we would have. I think we were in a pretty good running for it. I will say one thing: I don't like mechanical failure, and that one there chapped my ass.
Because as much as you run, I haven't seen hardly any mechanical failure.
And it's hard to get that eliminated too.
I mean,
Just
even when he's in the car,
not all parts are perfect. I mean, they're not.
No.
He's in the car trying to wave out the fucking smoke, so he can see. But it still never missed. Smoked like a bitch, but it was still good to go.
That's a Peoria. Should I had that thing stood so far up in the front of it? I mean, it's still running. And
you have very good drivetrains.
Fuck Peoria too.
I don't know what you mean. You had front row seats the whole time.
Yeah.
See, that was on
bullshit.
That was on you, boo boo.
3 fucking hits and I'm shoved on the dirt. Not on the dirt, in the dirt.
In the dirt.
I've been that guy.
I went whoppa, whoppa, done. I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'll just sit here.
You had about 3 inches of air between your tire and the ground.
And everybody was like, somebody was going to knock you off there. I was like, after they wiped the clip off the front of this motherfucker, because that's what they were already working on. The front end was on the ground, and they were fucking clearing it.
Yep. So, dude, how did you get started in derbying?
Ooh. How did I get started? My old man used to circle track race forever.
Gross.
Yeah. Used circle track race forever, and we always used to go down to the demo there, local around us, Lewistown, Illinois. It was always hometown fair. I always said I wanted to do it. I could never, I tried go-karts and shit and couldn't make it through because all I want to do is hit shit. So we slid her off, and we tried it one year, and built my old man a car, and then the next year I said I was going to run because I couldn't run that year because I was too young. And next year I ran with a buddy of mine's ID, and actually had a blast. And then the following year after that, we built more cars, and it just progressed since. And then quit, got back into it running compacts.
Gross.
Yeah. Had a lot of fun in compacts, can't say much about it.
Stop.
And then
I will cut this fucking episode short.
and cut out of there, and then actually sold out twice, and then bought back into big cars, and we've been full force since.
And you did run vans this year as well, one show.
Yep.
I'll say it again. It's crazy as fuck to be talking about vans.
Every time I've run a minivan, I've won in one now.
I never thought I would talk about how hard the back of a fucking minivan was.
They're stupid. They hurt. Especially when you go from one end of the track to the other and hit ass to ass. They hurt.
Yeah, you see those videos where somebody doesn't have a door, a backseat bar or something in, and I've seen guys where their seats break off.
Lay it in the fucking
my old man did it. I built 2 vans for Freeport a couple years ago. Built them for up there, and that's the only show that I haven't run with a van. But we took off and went up there, and no backseat bars, no nothing. Built them in 3 days, I think is what it was, 2 of them. Get up there. We take off the line right off the rip. I go hit a freaking Astro van nose up with a Caravan like an idiot. And then here comes my old man, hits me in the driver's door. I look over like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? Look over and you can't even see him. His seat broke off backwards on his first hit. So he's laying in the back with the fuel cell. Leans up and waves. Sorry.
Sorry.
Hit me so damn hard the freaking center of the door pillar itself was on top of the seat.
Oh my.
Yeah. I still owe him a good one for that one.
Hell, if you can't take out the car, take out the driver.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, you want to talk a little bit about Eldon real quick? And then we'll jump back in and make fun of him some more?
Yeah. I did go partake watching Eldon last night. Lucky Sevens. That's my first Lucky Seven show that I've been to. I've just scheduled so busy, and the Wood boys took care of me last night. One of the guys who really support us is Tyler Ray, and he threw together a van, and we were talking this
Straight
weekend.
up kamikaze driver.
Yep. He said, hey, I got a passenger seat in this van with your fucking name on it. I said, the fuck you do? He said, I'm not getting in no van, dude. He said, no. I said, dude, I don't even have a helmet no more. He said, I got one and a neck roll. He said, any other excuses? I said, yeah.
What do you need a neck roll for?
I said, I'm not fucking stupid.
I don't wear one of those.
I said, my son is sitting right here.
I
And
got enough neck rolls.
I said, my boy will ride with you. He said, all right, that's no problem. So we went down there. Got to see the first figure eight show that I've seen. We've got several supporters that are figure eight guys. Jake Timbrook.
Yeah.
I never met the guy in person. I'm looking. I see a Hard Nosed Derby podcast shirt, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And I start looking, and I said, Tyler, who's that? And he said, that's Jake Timbrook. I said, oh, I bagged that shirt. I know for a fact. So we talked, and I enjoyed it. It's not something I would want to go watch all the time, but I've seen videos of them things, and they are fucking hauling for what they are. I mean, they're turned up. They put money in them. Hell, some guys are on E85, and hell, there's a couple boys with a turbo on them.
Yeah, I'm not sold yet.
I didn't figure you would be, because they were compact cars.
I did watch some figure eights one time that were V8 with like the ass chopped off. Now, there were some nasty bitches.
There's some guys local to us that run that stuff all the time.
I think they're
They do pretty good.
I think they're trying to get that class into Lucky Sevens. You know, with that.
Because them are fucking wicked. I've seen LS motors in those.
Oh yeah,
fucking,
355s, 358s, 416s.
and those guys do not give two fucks. They will hit.
Oh yeah,
in the middle.
Yeah.
Like they don't care. They'll tear the whole front end off that fucking car.
Which they had some last night. I mean, hell, one old boy come across the middle, and two met him in the passenger side, in the middle, and shoved him all the way to the pit entry gate. Like, nope, you're going over here.
See, I don't think I've got the mentality to run a figure eight race. Because I get fucking mad. Like, as soon as somebody did that, I'd be like, all right, I'm a NASCAR 98 this shit. And turn around and go in the opposite fucking direction now. Where you at?
PS2 action.
Yeah. Where the fuck you at? Because here we are.
I've only run one figure eight in my life. I turned it into a dirt.
Which I did talk to one of the guys last night, and a lot of them still look at it as it's a derby. It's not a race. But then he did say that, you know, some of them, they got more money in them, and they treat it more as a race than they probably should.
Well, after watching fucking Utah, like, they could probably go out there and compete. Because there was a few of those classes where that Utah start, like, just kept going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought we was watching some flat track action there for a minute.
Yeah.
Shit, there's a lot of drivers around Illinois and Missouri and everywhere that might as well be in a figure eight class as much as they just drive around.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just looking.
Yeah. I've been that guy.
That's me.
I've been that guy.
He's talking about me.
Compact welds. The guy we've talked about before, Mr. Kurt Turpin. He won it. It started out a bunch on one. Well, that one was Mr. Tony Brellinger from over around Hillsboro. And son of a bitch, he put up a fight. And then I think they got smart enough where they evened the playing field a little bit, because they were trying to take him out. They couldn't do it. And he finally got hung up with Wesley Jordan on the side. And little Kurt ended up winning it. The gut and goes. Boy got in that caravan with Tyler, and
I wouldn't have. I just have a hard time getting in the passenger seat of anything.
If you would have saw what it was, I know you wouldn't have. Tyler opened his door to get in it.
That's the best way to get in a van.
You see, you fuckers who are not right.
That's the best way to get in a van. It's the easiest way. I'm fat. I like easy entry. Easy entry, easy exit.
Oh, my.
And I will say, all three of our vans we run there at our county show, we all got in it, shut the door, and got out of the driver's door, every one of them.
This one still had the windshield in it. He had
What?
to still had the windshield in it because Tyler explained to me that anytime when there's when the hood comes up or radiator bust, it just goes right up instead of burning you.
Turn the windshield wipers on.
Yep. This thing still had the windows, power windows and the doors. So he said, all I got to do is roll the windows up to store it, and I don't have to store it inside. So when he drove it off the track, it was in limp mode. He got it back to the track, to the pit there, and he seriously grabbed the switch, rolled the windows up, shut the key off, opened the door, got out.
Pretty sure mine still had inner door panels in it, too.
His did too.
I will say one thing. Town and country vans, you got to make sure you take the airbag out below the steering column.
The knee bag.
Yeah. The old knee bag hurts.
Yep.
That was my favorite part of the Gut and Go class when we were putting on shows. Poof! There was a running bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many hits?
How many hits before we see a fucking
I
airbag?
think some
Airbag
people
go.
just leave them in there just as a crowd pleaser.
It does. Crowd
Well,
always
and
goes
I
off.
tried to tell those guys that were bringing cars, I was like, if you don't have a passenger, leave the passenger airbag in it. I was like, people love that shit. They're like, well, it says in your rule to remove them. Tell them I forgot. I don't care. Leave it in. I'll give you a stick. Boom! Fucking white cloud.
Yeah. Tom, there's a couple Wordenhausens there.
Yeah.
Tom Wordenhouse, Hausen won the Gut and Go. Brandon Wordenhausen got second. Garrett Ferguson third. Brandon Peter fourth, and Charlie Burns fifth with the Mad Dog.
We're gonna get into the real classes now.
Street stocks.
Oh yeah.
Legit tech. Tommy
It's not
Stark.
like Tommy Stark doesn't know what the fuck he's looking at.
T Stark. He no lift. He was in it, around it, under it. He made some boys cut that they had a lot of cutting. But everyone that had to cut, they cut it, did what they needed to do to run. That was a JM Derby product sponsored show. I believe the Mad Dog got a bumper. I think
So too.
Mr. Rob Hewer won.
He probably needed one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he was saying, we were just over there just earlier, and he said he got switch box and some other shit, too, from it.
yeah. It was a real good show. It really was. Rob won it, plus Mad Dog. Stephen Hayhurst, who I was impressed as shit, and I made a post on his Facebook post. Other than his swollen left eye, plumb shut, from trying to fornicate his steering wheel with his face.
I thought he might have tried to junk somebody in the pits.
I'm very impressed on seeing his driving progress.
Well, I think he's still driving the same way he was in the stock class. He's just got a better car.
He does. I mean, he's got a better car, but he never. At one time, there was 4 or 5 of them that were on him, and he never lost his cool. He just kind of waited until get a little bit of space, and then he
I don't think he ever got
can
fucking
go.
mad in the stock class. He just didn't have enough car.
Yeah. Hell, I've seen him stand it up in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
This one, it didn't stand up until it was down to 4.
Well, he had a pretty good run going on at Madison.
Oh, yeah. Now, see, Cameron Cloven got into that car. They switched that from the hot stock here
Right.
and made it a street stock when they were working on the other two. So, you had a good field of cars. You had some Columbia guys, Eddie Chick, who run third, Teddy P, run fourth, Cameron Cloven, Trey Hammond, Henry and Tyler Ray, Micah and Michael White and his boy Hayden. So it was a really good show. I mean, it was turned up. It was hot, and I think Rob damn near got heat stroke.
That's what he said.
I know Teddy was Snapchatting after he went out, and I think
Should have drank a couple more of them Red Tops before he went out there.
he had I think he got some water thrown to him, but when Teddy got out, he was just flat drenched. So it was hard on him. But like I said, it was a good show.
People don't understand that Don't Derby how hot it is in that fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't understand. You think everything's open and all that shit. Well, every drop of that heat from up on that motor is boiling back in that car.
Oh yeah.
Plus you got a fucking tranny cooler sitting beside you. And then if you run any length of time at all, if the motor's hot or whatever, it's just pushing more fucking hot air back there.
Yeah.
And by that time, the fucking transmission's getting hot. I mean, everything under your feet's hot. Because there's been times I'm like, will this piece of shit quit so I can get out of this motherfucker?
Are we done yet?
They did finish with the figure eight. Garrett Jones won it. Kyle Wardenhausen run second. Dylan Chilton run third. Jake Timbrook run fourth. And I told the guys, I said, yeah, I'll come back again. It was enjoyable. I wasn't real excited, but I did want to check it out. You know, we've had some of these guys that have been wanting us to come down and just check it out. And like I said, it was...
I've got one pre-run left that I'm thinking about taking down to the lake.
You're going to be grounded.
Why's that?
The lake is...
Well, I didn't say it was going with me in it.
Oh, okay.
No, you know where I'll be
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
I just got a car that needs to be finished.
Because I think Mama Kelly kind of put her foot down on a couple other guys that had every intention of going down to the lake. They said pretty much she said the fuck
She
you
told
are.
me a year ago, if I plan any fucking thing on that date, you're fucked. You're in trouble. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that move's done. So let's get into some stuff they've been busting our ass about. P. Hill. I went, hung out with some assholes next to me.
I was at the lake.
Did Mom make your dad those cinnamon rolls yet?
I don't think she's made them yet. Pretty sure they're going to Gold Rush with us.
Well, I was going to say, we are going to Gold Rush, so I guess we can make a... hold on, I said we. She ain't got a mouse in her fucking pocket. She probably could make some more if it'll make the 12-hour drive there.
A couple batches. One.
Yeah, put them under the tonneau cover in the back.
Leave that in the back, boys. Well, Mr. PJ did run Pleasant Hill as well.
Fucking wasted old iron.
Yeah, junk ass old iron. Told myself I would never build another one or get in another one.
Because we talked after Peoria, which I didn't really dive off in the rules, and I said, what the fuck are you doing in one of these? And your only comment to me was, I couldn't run no 3.
Correct.
Understand. Which I know everybody knows that you are a 03 fan. I mean, you've run other Fords and shit too. But if it's your build of choice, there is one thing that you're going to build, and we all know what that is.
If I could run an 03 at every show, I would.
So that's just telling you, boys, he's probably got a stockpile of them.
I got one at the fucking house he needs.
Wrong year.
Scrap the motherfucker.
Wrong year, wrong body.
If you remember, most everybody wants the 09 to 12s.
Oh, I know. Hopefully they'll outlaw those.
09
and I can
to
sell
11.
mine.
06 to 08s are good cars for county fairs and stuff, but
I think most everybody knows why. we're not gonna
We're
dive off into that at all.
I don't want to run the price up anymore on them.
So let's go back and
Fuck, everything's high. Run the price up on what? You can't buy a goddamn metric GM for less than $500 right now.
No. Well, shit, I sold all mine for $1,100 a piece. You know when I sold them? $1,100 and $1,200 a piece.
It's fucking insane. And they're junk.
Yeah.
They're fucking junk.
Yep.
Look, I guess they're a good hobo car.
I had a lot of fun in the ones I built. I mean, it
Right.
took time to figure them out. It's just like any car. You can make any car hard.
to the rules.
Yeah.
You know
You just gotta-
what rule you're allowed. I mean, because
Well, and that's
Derek
why you
Creetlow was
see-
in a
well,
nasty motherfucker at.
Well, you've seen a lot of them run it at Rob Baker's shit because he allowed hump plates.
Yep.
That helped the fuck out of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the fronts on them, pound for pound, like I would take them against a square body Vic.
Yep.
You know, up front, But you can literally wipe the whole fucking ass end off of them.
Cut it off at the bottom of the humps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cut it
They're
off. You don't
fucking
need it.
junk.
You know, Derek Creeklow took one it's a mod build. Aaron Harrington, same way.
Well, yeah, but Tyler Reed had really good luck with it.
Yeah.
But he's a fucking driver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you can't put somebody like PJ in one of those cars. You
And expect it to last all
you
night.
won't get the same fucking outcome.
Yeah. Another year you didn't get to go to P Hill. You had work shit.
Kind of work shit. It was work shit, but it was fun work shit.
They didn't have as many cars as they were hoping, which we had all kind of talked about that. You know, the street stock class is a little lower this year than it has been in the last 2 or 3. But they had a shitload of hobo cars. I think they
And
had,
motherfucker, I'm gonna say this right here. The fucking hobo class will be right back to the stock class in 3 years.
oh yeah. Yeah.
And then the fucking street stocks will be like, well, it's like it's a
It's a
vicious
5-year turnaround.
You're fucking A right. That's why everybody has a 5-year time limit on a promoter. Which is how it works. Because they're finally just sick of the fucking bullshit that has led up to what it is. And then somebody new comes in, takes it over, changes the rules right back where it started, and then 5 years you're right the fuck back where you were.
Yeah.
Because derbying's kind of stupid.
I say it all the time.
We
Especially
will.
when it's 95 degrees outside. I don't have my AC turned on in the shop yet.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, if Micah didn't have fucking AC out there, I'm not working on a car.
That ain't fun.
I built the
Slinging
first 2
ball.
cars I ever run under a fucking tree in my yard. And after that, I was like, this is stupid. This is fucking stupid. I could be right in there watching TV
Yep.
in my recliner right now.
Yeah.
But no, we've got fucking cable come-alongs and chains and shit. This piece of shit strung out of a tree right now. Trying to weld underneath the fucking thing.
The
Do they have a hobo class down there?
they did come down to Buddies, and that was at the lake.
Yeah.
No, not for
Big cars?
that one. They have their stock class, and I'm not sure that rule if it's a hobo build or more like a filthy
No, it's
stock.
like a hobo build.
Okay, yeah, they're running that on the 14th.
Go ahead with your PL.
But at P Hill, hobo class, you got to see some guys who usually you don't see in a hobo class. You had Colt Doyle, you had Case Doyle.
And they fucking turn it
And-
up.
Well,
way
I
the
had
fuck
talked to him at that Maggie show over in Illinois. Whenever he was over there, they were cooking fish and stuff. And I was like, hey, where y'all going next? And they were like, oh, P. Hill and stock cars. I was like, what? Why? I said, y'all don't drive for stock cars. That's not going to work out.
Yeah, they turned.
And from what I heard, it didn't. at all.
No,
They junked their shit.
one was junk.
I said I'm pretty sure Colt runner down to the end. I think what did he get?
He did.
Third,
He
fourth?
got 4th with the
Yeah.
their Dominator, but his looked a lot better at the horns than Case's did.
Yeah, I think they're
Case's
two
did
different
some-
years cars, yeah.
And I think they tried a little bit something different with one than the other, and one went like this. One side was way higher than the other, and the other one came up pretty even. But Jaden won it.
That name, I'm telling you, that's becoming a popular fucking name over there.
Yeah.
It is.
Till next year.
Is he moving?
I'll wipe his ass out.
I haven't got into that, which I was going to hit on that here in a little bit. Damon Miller got 2nd, Tommy Hill got 3rd, Colt Doyle got 4th, Nathan Kunkel 5th, Case Doyle got the number 9 spot. Front wheel drive hobos. Of course, they have a shitload of them, as they always do. Austin Spada got the win there. Levi Blanford 2nd. Zach Frutig 3rd. Wyatt Fink 4th. Chad Hurd 5th. And Dustin Griffith got the 9th spot. Dominator was Lane Harold. Youth. Really good show. Points were really tight on it. Lathan Hester, he won it. It come down to him and Griff.
Kid is a wheel man.
That kid can fucking drive.
Hester can freaking wheel.
Yeah.
And he'll take it all night.
Yep.
I mean, we watched it right there. And
Because he can
everybody-
take junk. Show up with junk. No offense.
Nope.
I've just seen it. And he's always there at the end of that motherfucker.
Yep, he's a driver.
Yeah.
I mean, plain simple driver.
Somebody needs to get that boy in a
Real car.
real car. Because, and just see what he can do. Because it may change his mentality on what class he wants to run.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it came down to him and Griff, and both of them, their shit was pretty used up. Griff could fire it up, which he took old iron. It'd fire up and
Didn't
move.
take another metric GM.
No, he did not take another Metro GM. And he'd fire it. He'd get it to start. It'd go a foot and it'd die. He'd get it fired up, move 2 foot and it'd die. But Lathan got the last hit on, and that's how that went down. Griff second, Brady Ingram third, Carly McAllister fourth.
Tell you what, Carly had a nice looking car. If she would have lost transmission,
Yep.
I think she'd been right there in the top 2.
Yep. Yeah, it looked like that old Mopar was nosing how it was supposed to nose.
That was Impala.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Impala. Buick. Sorry, Buick. Fact checkers out there,
Oh, yeah.
Fuck them fact checkers.
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking thing.
Addison Surratt run 9th. She got the number 9 spot, and Braden Christian got the Dominator. And he was in I believe that was a new style Ford and an LS, and I think the throttle stuck, and he didn't give a shit.
No.
He'd make a wide open hit and grab reverse with the throttle wide open, and he grabbed forward and he did it again. The minivans, trucks, SUVs, that show got wild.
And it got wild quick.
It did. It did. I think there was maybe some hurt feelings from few
State
weeks.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm not getting into that bullshit on here.
So I think some sides were evened a little bit. Tyler,
There was a fucking line drawn, and you could see it.
oh yes,
You might as well just went
Yes.
out there with a skid loader and a fork down and drew it right
Yeah.
across your freaking side.
Fucking
There it
right.
is.
yeah. Tyler Schaefer won it. Ethan Lubrick run second. Andy Parrish run third. Zach Frutig fourth. Corey Brewster fifth. Kyle Brewster got the number 9 spot. Ethan Lubrick got the Dominator. Let's get into the good stuff.
There we go.
Let's get into the good stuff. Street stocks. There was roughly 20 of you.
I think it might have been
Was there
18, I think, or I don't remember.
Which,
It's a fucking decent street stock term.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
because
Especially with the quality of
And the
fucking
quality
driver,
of cars and
Yep.
the drivers that were there.
yes,
I'll say it till I'm fucking blue in the face. I will take quality over quantity any day.
we, after seeing the cars there, and we're all sitting there bullshitting. There wasn't really a line drawn in the sand because you were all buddies.
Yeah,
Not
100%.
until after it started.
Yeah, so when you're all buddies, it's either one of those things where, okay, I'm going to hit you, and I'm just telling you, I'm going to hit everybody. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry if you get mad, but this is how it's going to have to be.
We all knew what it was going to come down to. We all
yeah.
shook hands in the pits. Everyone has always said it. We're friends before we pull on the track. We're friends when we get off the track, regardless if you whip my ass or not.
Yep.
I'll take my lickings. And
Yeah.
It just sucks being put in that fucking situation. It really does.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's way better for you and for your buddies to go out and just beat the fuck out of some people that you don't know
yep.
or don't give a fuck about. Way more so than it is going out there beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, especially like if you build out of the same shop or shit like that. Like that is fucking.
Oh, yeah.
That is brutal. Like even at Huntsville, just me and Micah's boy. He come down to me and him, and I'm trying to knock the fucking wheels off a Cadillac that I helped him build. I'm like, this seems kind of stupid. Like I feel like I'm going to have to work on this now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good variety of cars. Old iron Fords, old irons, new styles, 03s. It was a pretty, like I said, a good variety of cars. 03 won it, which me and you had talked that, you and Colt just happened to be right next to each other on a red flag, and He looked at you and said, "You're going to win that," and you said, "Nope, you are."
Yeah. He says, "The hell I am."
That was, I'm going to say it, that was the, I'm not going to say tame, because that's some of the most calculating driving I've seen Colt do
Yeah.
for a long time, because usually anybody who knows Colt Doyle is wide open from start to finish, and when the car won't go no more, that's when he's done.
Yeah.
It started that way, but it's like he just settled into a pace of, okay, let's just back her down 1 or 2 notches, keep cool, keep the motor cool, and see if we can't do it, run it down to the end, and he did.
And he had a car from out of the gate that was looking minty.
Yes. He had the scoop,
Yeah.
the
It
old
was
rear
salty.
scoop, yeah.
I mean,
And that's what a lot of people have figured out is they make those 03s, and they're so hard in the front anyways, and then you make a scoop on the back that can just pick
I'm
off
not a fan
suspension
of
parts.
scoops, but that's me.
Yeah. The Mr. Tyler Hill run second, run his ass off.
Run us back clear to the ground.
I hadn't got the heads up because Brock thought maybe it did break his back, but I hadn't heard.
It was two vertebrae and the lower back cracked. Talked to him the other day. He actually said that it was actually doing better. And they think they're going to be able to not have to do surgery. It'll heal on its own. So,
because if anybody watched it or was there, I'm going to guess Tyler was 15 foot in the air.
he was up there. I mean, the rear tires were above the roof signs.
Yeah, I mean, it was straight vertical.
If the front wouldn't have been nosed just a little bit, I'm pretty sure it would have stood on the bumper.
Yes. And it come down at a very sudden stop.
Well, those cars have lots of good, cushy suspension on them.
Oh, yes, they're real.
Aired tires.
Yeah. That's what pisses me off. Like, anytime I go to somebody that's running a skid loader and I'm like, hey, we go out there and kind of smooth that out. It's not because I want your track to look fucking pretty. I've just been out there because all my shit's solid. Whatever you start hitting across that motherfucker.
Well, the problem with Tyler is that he cleared somebody's tire in reverse.
His own brothers. Jumped it off his own brother's tire.
I was going to let you say it. And it did. It just went straight vertical. Looks like you and Dakota Kissinger run 4th and 5th.
Yep.
Gary Robinson 6th, Danny Hobbs 7th, Brock Hill.
What was Dakota in?
Dakota was in his car from 2 years ago,
the
Blizzard Bash car.
T-Bird, wasn't it?
Nope, it was in that oval window Ford, and that he restubbed with a 03
Oh,
front
shit.
stub. Yep.
Yeah. Brock Hill 8th, Colton Clendenny 9th, Alan Brown 10th. Dominator was Gary Robinson. Like I said, I mean, show didn't disappoint at all.
One bit. None of them shows down there do. Every show, Pleasant Hill, Griggsville, any Austin shows don't disappoint. I mean,
Which you went to Griggsville, lower car count, but that was the first show for the Southern number 9, and you went off there, like I said, waving the smoke out of the cockpit to try
didn't
to see.
think we had that one under our belt on that one.
I didn't either. I didn't either, but as soon as Mr. Hill lost some steering, I think that changed the game a little bit. I mean, you still got them guys that are still driving it with transmission, like all the other good drivers do.
Shoot, I done it from about 7th hit in. I had no freaking steering.
Yeah. Yours just
we
locked,
run it.
didn't it?
Yep, it just locked itself straight and it did its job.
In your, what was that? Was that like number 24 run on that tranny?
I think that was somewhere right there, close to 24, 25, something right there, 23, something.
Now he'll tell you, boys, that's a stock case transmission.
Yep, stock case transmission with an ultra bell and a steel tail.
That's not one of those scary transmissions?
No, I got those now.
But we get to talk about a lot of the manufacturing guys, whether it's motor builders, transmission builders, whoever, and everybody kind of has their preference. You use
John
one
DeYoung.
one transmission builder.
Yep, John DeYoung's my training builder. I won't ever run anything else.
And I know you have actually gotten a couple other guys to go
Yep.
that the proof is in the pudding. So they have gotten in contact with John, and they've gone and picked up a couple. We're not going to say names, but spreading that wealth around a little bit to, get those support other guys. And I'm not going to sit here and say any tranny builder is better than the other.
Everything's got failure.
Yep.
No matter what. Sturdy parts.
Yep.
Look what we're doing with them. You're
running 8,500 RPMs in a 5,000-pound car.
Hold on, they are. That's not fucking everybody. Mine will turn every bit of 4,700. All night, baby.
But it don't die.
It does not die.
It never dies. But you kind of have on your motor side, you have a couple different engine builders.
Yep.
I mean, one, your dad.
Yep.
And we're just going to throw this out here, guys. These guys go to Blizzard Bash last year. Dalen has a brand new motor. Part failure. Throws a rod out of it on the way back from Tech. These guys pull a backup motor out of the trailer and tells Dalen to put it in.
One of 3 that was in that trailer.
And I'm pretty sure that little peckerhead still got it.
Yep.
Or did you ever get it back?
He's got her still. I think he's bringing it to South Dakota with him. Drop it off out there for me. We'll bring it as a spare out there. I mean, the motor it's one that made a lot of money, mad dogging. It's made a lot of money winning. And it
paid for itself.
It's just a good little motor.
Yep. But, not too many guys will just sit there and it's not like you were teammates.
No.
You were in the same class, but you guys were on the national side this last year, and they were just on the qualifying side, so it's not like you had to run against them that weekend. But it's just the simple fact of we know those motors aren't cheap, and just saying, here you go, put it in, dude.
Yeah, I'd put it in any one of our competitors', cars if I had to.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the time and money and the work you got in there and the, time spent away from family, you're already there. You gotta try everything to get back on the track.
And like that year that everybody was breaking trannies out there. We talked about this. There was fucking transmissions coming out of hobo cars and everything else.
Yeah, the track was just so damn hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say that one thing. One good thing about Blizzard Bash is it's got a badass track.
I've seen it when it wasn't.
Yeah. 2016.
16.
Yeah.
16.
It was fucking horrible.
Yeah, I was out there throwing concrete bags around and shit.
Drinking.
I was drunk. I was already drunk.
Sam's told us that story a time or two.
Yeah, when you draw a team of such as Calisota style, when you've got 8,000 to 10,000 pound mod cars, they get around a little bit better with big ass rear tires, while your Vicks with 23s are sinking to the fucking frames, and then you lose, and then you get to go through the hard way, and the hard way sucked.
It does. The hard way does suck. But I'll tell you what, every weakness in your body, in your mind, in your car, everything by that 4th day of running.
Now,
the weakness in your team, the weakness in your people that are around you. You find every weakness, and you just got to overcome it. I mean,
I won't ever go to another big show that's more than a one and done. I won't do it. I'm not fucking with it.
No, because by Saturday, you're pretty much not giving a fuck about anything, and then you make it through on Saturday, and you're almost disappointed that you got to work on that son of a bitch all morning Sunday to go out and run Sunday night. I mean, that's... And nobody wants that mentality, but you're so tired. You are over
you're fucking
everything.
beat. It takes you a full week to recover from that fucking show.
I didn't drink a drop, and I felt like shit until Thursday.
Well, imagine how I felt, because I drank the whole fucking time.
Yeah, I did too. And drove, and worked on cars,
Because I've been back there helping like Corey or Teddy or fucking Rob, all them guys. And like you spend all that time back there, especially if I'm having to supervise and drink a bunch of beer. Like then it's really fucking rough.
Yeah. You're sitting there trying to figure out where can I put this border power to push without taking a bunch of shit apart, And
And without taking my face off when it comes out.
yes. And then you're sitting there watching it go, and then it stops, and you're like, fuck.
Well, what's crazy about that out there, I don't think people really understand. Like, whenever you go to these big shows, it doesn't matter whether you're running against that dude next. Like, if they need help getting their fucking car on the track, like, everybody's there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Now, Gold Rush, we do know is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Do you guys get one night off?
I think we get Saturday. Or no, I think we get Friday night off. Unless you have to run the
Concy.
I think. I'm not 100% sure. I ain't looked into that far. I ain't even read all the rules yet.
In the mentality of fuck it, I'll cut it when I get it there.
Yeah, some of that.
No, I have
Or
never.
that's called the I fuck off a lot.
I have never,
building two cars and
to my knowledge, I have never seen you go to a derby and not have to cut something.
correct.
But I think that's any top tier.
easy
Driver.
motherfucker.
You had to cut one time, bitch, just because they changed the rules. Don't give me that bullshit.
No, you were saying that's any top tier driver that has to cut. Fuck you.
I always say it. If you go to a show and you don't have to cut and you don't have a cut list, you're underbuilt.
It scares the fuck out of me every time it happens.
See? And then last weekend, you didn't get a stick first time.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, hey. I'm getting better at this.
I gotta know how to run this torch shit now. What, dude? To do what you guys do, I don't know how many times you run usually a year, but I'm guessing this year probably at least a dozen.
Yeah, I'd have to count them all out. This year I've run a lot compared to normal. A couple years ago, I think I run 35 shows though.
Jesus Christ!
This year's been a pretty crazy one.
I wouldn't want to go watch 35 shows.
I have.
My worst
Pretty
thing
damn
is-
close.
My worst thing is I like building fresh cars every run because I hate pre-runs. I hate working on pre-runs. It's so much more time working on a pre-run than it is building a fresh car.
Yep. Because you, which we have talked about, you went from purple to black this year.
He was already black.
Yep. I just went full black.
Your nuts are going to be black before he leaves my fucking house. You have joined up with Adam.
Yep.
So you have actually been running on some Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit farther from you, which we all know Adam lives out where the Hootie House fuck the chickens. He's roughly 4.5 from me, so he's what, 2.5 from you?
2.5.
Pretty close.
Yeah, 2.5 for me.
So you have actually changed what you would kind of run your normal schedule to, and now you're adding like Fairbury and Danville.
Yep.
You know, all that stuff there. How did that change your preparation or your build style, knowing, hey, I've got somebody that I know has got my back from the time we pull on this facility to the time we pull out of this facility? Does that change your mentality of driving style, or is it just you have just your normal driving style?
It don't really change the mentality of the driving style. It's more or less just I show up to a show and people ask me all the time, how you going to drive? Not really sure. Sometimes we'll go to a show and I know what I'm going to do. It's balls out right out of the rip. Then other times I'll show up and the first guy that hits me is the first guy I'm going to kill. And if it kills my car in the process of it,
So be it.
But, I mean...
Which I've seen that same mentality with Adam.
Yep. I ain't going to let someone go out there and junk my car for me. I'll junk it myself.
Correct. Which I've seen you probably junk more than you've been junked.
Only been junked a handful of times.
So now my next question is, do you have any inclination when you pull out on the track to try to park on somebody's roof sign?
Some days. Some days.
When he's really angry, the boy's sitting over here, just when he's angry.
Yeah. Those have always been considered crown driving days.
Crown driving days. we're not going to get into a lot of it, but you're going to Gold Rush and you're not going to Blizzard Bash.
Correct.
This year. We talked about it enough on here. We kind of know why you're not going back. Do you see Gold Rush as being... Because we've talked to a lot of different guys, and we've talked to even different promoters, that with Gold Rush being implemented the way it is, do you think that could take over? Because Blizzard Bash has been the top derby in the nation for I don't know how many years. Do you think that could get that switched over?
I'm going to chime in on that a little bit too, because I don't think it will. I don't think it.
I think you'll still have Blizzard Bash. You'll still have South Dakota, but I think your level of drivers are going to be a little different.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll affect it that much. I don't think the caliber of driver will change. You're just going to see different names in different spots.
Correct.
Because of that getting signed up.
You're fucking ain't right. Neither one of those events will sustain the amount of good competitive drivers that want to run on that stage. So now you're going to have an option, even as a good driver, a good competitive driver, that you're going to get to play on the main stage.
Now you're going to see that rules that come into play.
You're fucking
Who
right.
wants to build nothing against Blizzard Bash at all, or the crew out there other than one person, but the rules for both classes are, they're similar, but they're different. Where Sam show, you really got to think and put your mind to it of what you want to run. Do you want to run a hump plate? Do you want to run a spindle? It's
because you get your choice there.
Well, it's not your choice. It's stated right in the rule. You get one or the other. You don't get both, like Blizzard Bash. So, in Gage Sumner's talk, when we talked to him, he said it makes you a builder, not just a Joe Blow that can go build a mod car and jump a mod car.
All the fucking welding wire to it.
Yep.
And then it's whoever loses steering first.
Yep. And I'm going to change up my build from what I normally do out there, because Blizzard Bash, I was always taught you want the heaviest freaking car you can build. My car weighed 11.6 last year, pulling across the scale. This year, my car's going to weigh like 8,500, maybe, max. I would like it to be under that, and I'd like it to be based on the back half to be that heavy.
Correct. Because knowing what you're taking, you usually don't have an issue in the front of it.
Yeah, correct.
If we
but
all
it's gonna be a little different this year without having 8x8 boxes and stuff behind in front of the cradle or behind the cradle. You just not being able to tie it all in. It's gonna change. Cars are gonna bend. It's plain and simple. Cars are gonna bend. You're gonna see guys in the pits that are gonna break out some crazy things to make shit work. You're gonna go back to 2017, 16. Ultimate Derby out there, Blizzard Bash, and you're going to go back to that where you see cars bend. You might go out in the heat and your team might be junk. You might not.
And that's what that's what people are looking for, though.
Yeah. If you, honestly, God, you want to go see dumpsters hit? Go to a 5-foot show.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, we bring our cars back from Blizzard Bash every year, and I have no place to run them most of the time. Taylor Feld Camp was nice enough to actually put us a spot together for Spring Explosion. At the last minute.
Hell, that was the week. That was the week of the show, wasn't it?
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah. And then Davenport had it there, and just because they seen what was left, and we tried our asses off to get them guys to get us on, and they finally did, and I'm thankful for it. But
Cody over holds a fucking K-rail block. Yeah. His booster seat wasn't high enough. His booster seat, he needed to take it up one more notch.
Poor bastard. You should have Ace Ventura'd that motherfucker. But it's none of your business.
I'm honestly glad the block didn't tip over and pick him up, though.
No, but he did break a chunk off of it.
Yeah.
Wham! On live feed, too. Fucking straight up smoked that shit.
My Snapchat feed went stupid for about 5 minutes, and it was all the live feed.
I was sitting there watching it.
That block.
I was fucking watching it.
I was on track. I was looking out the back window of the car. You hit that son of a bitch, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, the bad thing is the guy ain't even been drinking. He had a drop.
Oh, I'm telling you. It's just because it's Cody and we love you. That's the only reason. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
No, I'm laughing at that. 100%.
Now, here is the next thing. I don't know if you have even considered it yet, because we know most derby guys. There's two ends of it. There's one who is fly by the seat of their pants. They don't plan anything. If they can get something fixed or they can build something new to the time frame of a show, they'll go run it or they'll wait. Or you have the group that has pretty much everything planned out. Where they're going, what they're taking, new shows, new promoters, whatever. So have you guys got to sit down and look at that scheduling?
Not quite yet. I do know there's a few shows we will be running this year. I mean, some big shows. We're guaranteed that I'm not guaranteed it, but I'm going to try to get in Midwest Massacre. Me and my dad, possibly Steven. I got to get with him, figure that out.
Not this Steven.
Nope.
Not this Steven.
Max.
So motherfuckers, y'all don't.
Mm-hmm.
He might try to get in, but it will not be that build.
No.
For sure, running Spring Explosion. That'll be a fun one. With Adam, Craig, Todd.
See, I didn't know if Craig was gonna.
As far as I know right now, he's still not.
Okay, I didn't know if Craig was going to keep going in the Derby, career. I know Adam said he gets pretty damn beat up and sore.
Yeah.
The next day. So now my question, which we haven't got to dive into, how much different is your Spring X mod wire build compared to, say, Gold Rush?
Oh, fuck.
That's a
man.
huge difference.
Jesus Christ. That's apples to oranges.
Man.
I've looked at the rules on both of them.
One
that
you run
fucking-
full cradles.
Yeah, that
fan
fucking
race and
wire,
shit.
that mod wire class is more of like a limited weld build
Yeah.
in my eyes.
It's a super stock build,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Super stock weld. I mean, street stock weld.
super
I mean-
stock, yeah.
It's however you want to say it across the board. I mean, it's all pretty much the same. I mean, they got good rules for O3s. They got good rules for old iron. They got good rules for anything. I mean, shit, the freaking 98 O2s, I'm pretty sure, can have a goddamn bumper bracket from the center of the A-arm forward.
That helps spring pocket a little bit.
Yeah.
That's like 24
Until it
inches.
blows it off the backside.
Isn't that right? Almost
Yeah.
24 inches, 2 foot?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the
Depends
center
on how
of the
much you cut
forward?
out the front of it.
Yeah. Then you might only need an 18-inch bracket.
But no, I mean, that's kind of just what we've seen. We've seen guys that you're like, there's no way he's going to have shit ready. And then he'll miss the one show, and then he shows up to the next one. Hell, and he might be a fresh car. Which, you said you don't like pre-runs.
I don't. I mean, I'll put them back together here and there. The only pre-run I like to re-fix is an 03. They're easy. It's simple. I mean, most of the time it's only a couple different things. 99% of the time.
And if you notice, we're not really talking about that because I know Chance right before Juab, said he got a hold of you, Chance Ogden.
Yep.
Where to try to put those plates. We've talked about that. Every
A lot.
driver is different. Where you put your plates to where this motherfucker might put his plates,
Yep.
even fresh. So
All that shit comes down to your drive style.
Yeah.
I mean, 100% on plate placement.
I've got every 03 stub that I've ever ran. And it is completely changed from then till now. On plate placement.
Because I hear a lot of people, well, such and such wouldn't tell me where he put his plates. Well, fucking figure it out. That's how they got there.
Yeah. I'll give you an idea, but I'm not going to show you.
correct.
I mean, there's certain guys that I will, but not very many. I mean, you got to be in my circle to be.
And that's what everybody I think have noticed is usually in the world of demolition derby, the circles are pretty small.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not giving no ins or outs on here, but like you and Adam, now you guys can converse. Try something on yours, and if it works on yours, throw it the exact same thing at Adam on a brand new, on a fresh one, and figure out what works there. So you're not sitting there, you're not junking 10 fucking stubs a year.
Yeah.
You might junk 3. Well, Adam's going to junk 3, and then you can combine
the 2 builds.
The 2 to make it where there is no weak spot.
Yeah.
You know, because we've talked about it. Derby isn't like it used to be, you know, when you started when you were 15, 16 years old. The progression of the sport is now geometry and physics.
100%.
I even talked to you last year, and we've said it. You are one of the only motherfuckers around here that we can watch religiously not have steering issues with an 03. And that you used one word when I asked you, and you said geometry.
Yep.
We didn't go in no deeper, but so if you've got an 03, don't be asking a bunch of guys. Just try to figure it.
All you can do is sit back and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hate to say it, but bring it back to compact days.
Yeah.
Look at your angles. That's all you gotta do. Angles.
The angles. Geometry. Point A to point B, what's going to affect point C? See? It's not hard. So you're going to, you're going to Spring X. You're going to try to get into Midwest Massacre, which we haven't got Sam back on because it's not quite close enough to Gold Rush yet.
I'm getting closer than what the fuck you think.
What, 20 some days?
Well, this will launch. We will have roughly, 20 days before you probably got to leave, which we won't leave until Halloween night. You guys are leaving Halloween night?
I leave the 30th.
You are?
I don't know.
Man, that makes me want to puke thinking days.
I was hoping I balls to wall and I gotta wait a couple days to come out there. It's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, it's
COVID.
You shut your fucking hole. Shit done tried to kill me once. I don't want it again.
Pussy.
You're right. My hospital bill was saying I wasn't a pussy. Because that one really sucked.
2 years ago, yes.
Really? He's been here an hour and he's already talking shit on me.
He said you're not.
Oh.
He was on your side.
Oh, he was sticking up for me. All right, we're good, dude.
Pussy.
You shut your hole.
I had it too.
I've had it 4 times.
I only had it once, but it was the bad. Ooh,
I still can't smell anything, but
Me either. I haven't smelled his shit for 2 years.
One of these days it's going to open up and the floodgates are just going to go and you're going to die.
That's why I lost taste of vodka.
Oh, God.
well, that's what I told my wife whenever I figured out I had it. I went in there and I had about a quarter of a bottle of whiskey left, and I was like, "Watch this!" And I glug, 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 glug. I was like, I didn't taste any of that.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yep.
She was like, "Does it work with spicy shit?" And I'm like, "Yeah, watch this." And I had that green shit from the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Do that again.
Yeah, do it again, Steve.
Nobody had a phone out. Nobody had a phone out. Fuck you guys.
Video order didn't happen.
Penises aren't as spicy as that shit.
Or if you put some red hot on the top of it.
I told you I'd make a terrible faggot. Look at a ridiculous gag reflex.
We were doing so good.
I would be a power top.
We were doing oh so good.
These screwdrivers are kicking out of the
But you did. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we are days. We are days to Gold Rush.
It's here. I did get the transmission ordered for my truck. It will be in.
Sweet.
Bought $400 worth of fucking batteries yesterday.
Figured that's what it was for.
And then I bought a $300 starter for the motherfucker. And I went and ordered wheel bearings too. It's been sitting for a year.
Woof.
Yeah, I spent $6,000 yesterday. Good times.
So after the comment of Steven taking all the way down the throat,
I can't. I told you that.
Sam changed Midwest Massacre to combine Whiskey City and Massacre together. So instead of just a Friday and Saturday, now it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
All one and dones. Fucking killer platform. Good setup. Like, everybody's gonna love that shit. I've already heard the buzz about it.
Oh, yes.
People are fucking talking. I'm gonna get a stock spot.
But here's the deal.
I can't
Okay.
wait to see the rules.
Correct. He did say, right before you got here, they just posted on Facebook that those will be out very shortly. Like, shortly. With any changes that they might have. I think when we talked to him the last time, there was maybe some of those gray areas that they were going to try to bring, maybe not so grayish, a little bit more to light. You know, some people like those areas. Some people dislike those areas. But
That's why it's a builder's class.
Correct.
If
It's
you don't
how
wanna build,
you
you don't.
read it. It's how
If
he
you don't-
reads it.
If you don't want to build and you don't want to be in the builder's class, run the stock class.
Bingo.
You don't want to take the time to read the rules. You know, what I mean, that class ain't for you.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what drives me nuts about the people that bitch about that class. There's another class out there.
Yep.
There's always another class out there.
Step back.
Yeah, there is always another class.
But they always want to run the class plumb out of the show. They want to get rid of it. I'm like, you don't think them motherfuckers will build down? Because they will.
Yeah, because when you take that class away,
We're coming for you.
we're coming down.
They will every fucking time.
As he's got this humongous fucking shit-eating grin on his face.
People don't understand that. They're like, well, they need to get rid of that fucking class. I can't compete. I was like, okay, well, they're going to pull their braced rear ends. They're going to run a lower cradle, and they're going to come after you in the stock class.
Mhm.
That's,
Which I think's dumb. You ought to be able to run any rear end regardless, in my opinion. Because, I mean, if you're putting it on stock trailing arms regardless, that's your choice.
Yeah.
You put a
yeah,
5,000
go ahead and put
pound-
your fucking postal underneath there on them stock trailers. I'll knock the ass
100%.
in. I'm off that motherfucker.
I'll
Yep.
do it every day. I'll put the freaking postal in it any day.
Yep.
Shit, River City, we run stock trailing arms there. I still have to use watts, factory watts on the outside. But you can convert to, 80s trailing arms and stuff, but you still have to run the watts.
And didn't
Well,
Toast
no.
you couldn't do reinforced trailer arms?
Yes, correct. Yep, can't.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You might go out there in the heat and blow a trailing arm off of it, but it's 2 bolts.
Yep.
Fix it when you come back in.
Yep.
What if you get lucky? That's another weak spot, though. It is for a guy that is not doesn't have the braced rear end. Go try and knock that motherfucker off underneath it.
It's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Because after you get it broke loose, you've got
It does
gotta hurt.
all kinds of fucking weird shit as
Oh,
soon
yeah.
as they break loose. They do
if
weird
you can get
shit.
one of the trailing arms broke loose on them motherfuckers, you keep after it.
We saw it the other night.
It's a wounded knee.
We saw it the other night right here.
Yeah.
I mean, rear ends going back and forth, drive shafts chucked out the fucking side. I mean,
The shit happens.
it happens.
I mean, and that's another thing with like the stock motor mount deal that everybody's been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna fucking cut them down on their bullshit a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, anytime that they figure out what a weak spot is, such as the factory motor mount, such as the non-braced control arms,
Yeah.
that shit,
Stock cross members.
yes. Yes. And what'd you always say? Well, he's got it locked in. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Lock yours in. If you want to take that chance, lock it in.
That's what I told him. Everybody gets all pissed off at me. I'm like, well, hold up. You've got the same opportunity he does.
Yes.
Well, he's got a thick case. Well, let him break his block.
There's weak spots.
But I had you. I mean, you've stood there in the tech line. Well, that dude's got that shit locked in. I'm like, well, fuck, go lock yours in.
Go do it. You're gonna be laughing when his fucking tail shafts broke smooth the fuck off,
Or it didn't.
Well,
You should have locked yours in.
Yep, that's that chance.
Because I watched them the last year that whenever we put on those 7 shows, I watched them breaking Ultra Bells. They're like, well, we keep breaking these. Fuck, quit tying them in. Quit locking those motherfuckers in.
Yep.
And it'll quit doing that.
Yep.
Or go get you a thick case and then you break the back of your block off.
Which one is less? Which one is the least expensive?
Doesn't make a fuck to me.
No.
None of them.
No.
They're all expensive.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, we had people bitching about the Eddie Boys. What are they doing? I was like, they're leaving the firewall in with an LS motor. Well, that's not fair. Go buy an LS motor.
Correct. And you leave firewall in. You ain't worried about busting the fucking distributor off on the dash bar.
Do the same thing they're doing.
Yes.
Yep.
Or beat them, because their shit will bend.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it.
But they're gonna make you wear your shit smooth out to bend them.
But you don't have to. 45 of them. It'll still bend that way.
Everything bends.
Yes.
Yeah, even his shit bends.
I just control where mine bends.
It was bad because we're right before he goes out for Pleasant Hill, and we're looking inside this car, and he had a spot where he can look how far it comes up of how much he had in time in his head before it's fucked. So even when he pulled it off, there was still a gap where he was looking, and he's like, I had 2 or 3 more inches to go before it really got stupid.
Yep.
But
Another mechanical failure.
We're going to start seeing fucking, like level bars, like on a fucking, like on a fucking back on the front bumpers. Oh, 22 degrees.
I mean,
27 degrees.
You see it so much, when people are doing what they're doing with levels, and you got 3 levels going on usually at one time.
3 levels, degree finders. I mean, you got shit. We even upgraded this time. We bought freaking digital ones.
Oh, high flute and shit.
Yeah.
That's like the old digital caster camber level gauges, and now you go to a digital gauge, and you ain't even got to read the son of a bitch. It reads it for you. Yeah, so
Even gives you the angle if it's up or down still. Gives you a little minus or plus.
See, he just gave you all a little heads up. You can go buy these things if you're doing the same shit.
Fuck how that Harbor Freight's going.
Amazon. You ain't got to leave home.
Oh, ship that shit right to your door. Gold Rush. You have some merchandise listed online.
Yep.
They can go get their party mode Gold
Toilet
Rush
paper. I mean,
team shirts.
Team shirts. Same day.
Team
Never know, you might
shirts.
need a sleeve every once in a while.
That's why all my shit's sleeving.
I can't even ask you if you're ready because you're not. I think mentally you're ready.
I ain't mentally ready.
PJ says, I ain't never been fucking mentally ready.
No.
But are you... This new facility, this brand new facility, this unreal brand new facility that we're all ready to walk into in 28 days or so, does that got you a little bit more livened up than maybe going back to Blizzard Bash?
I'm excited. Only thing that a couple things that I look forward to at Blizzard Bash, that I look forward to, South Dakota. It's pulling in on that track through the tunnel. There's one crazy feeling you'll never feel anywhere else. County fair shows, it's just like, okay, whatever. You pull in Blizzard Bash, it's on automatically, stomach drops. It's just like, holy shit,
Yeah.
look at all these people.
Yeah, because I wasn't nervous a bit running this county shit around here. Whenever we got to Peoria, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, he was shitting fucking
Pulling in that
kittens.
tunnel of Peoria was
fuck,
cool.
man.
He was shitting kittens.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I'm going to go puke. What?
Oh, yeah.
I'm fucking nervous. So he just took off walking.
I just left.
He
I was
just-
like, I'm going to go get my shit ready.
He just took off
And everybody was
walking.
like, you want me to go with you? I was like, nope, I'm good.
Just leave me alone.
Yep.
Yep. So now here is the deal. You just said you're building 2 cars. Your dad's going for the stock show.
Bone stock singles.
Is he ready?
He was ready the day that I got him the ticket.
Because when we were talking at Pleasant Hill, the guy who won the raffle car was actually the first guy who ever I can't even remember what it was. It was a trivia for the podcast, and I think once we got like 500 subscribers, we did this little raffle. Well, this guy won it. So he's standing there, and I don't even recognize the guy. I've only seen him on Facebook. We're standing there, and he's got a white Hard-Nosed Derby podcast shirt. And I was like, hold on, we've only done 2 of those, and I know where one of them went because a guy from Shelbina won one. And I said, that's the guy who won our first ever trivia. And he come up, and we did get to talk. He said, man, he said, the 5-speed car, I couldn't do it. So I took the cash option. Me and your old man had talked earlier that day. He says, I brought cash. I'm running this fucking thing if it gets raffled. I said, okay. So we're standing there, and I'm holding his glasses while he's getting a helmet because he didn't even bring a goddamn helmet.
No.
So I'm holding his glasses. I said, you remember this 5-speed shit? He said, oh yeah, it's like riding a bike. I said, okay. So he gets all up in there, and I said, what are you going to do? He said, I'm fucking sending it. He got to send it once. And he come off, and he said, that was going to be fun.
It would have been a good one. I was trying to get his attention while he's walking out on the track when they were going out there to tell him to take off in second and then bang third. His first to second, always. Every time I ever run a 5-speed, I always broke him first to second. So then I started running, second to third, which I run a deep gear. I run either a 488 or a 513 gear all the time. So I'm used to that. Even when I was running, stick shifts, it was deep gear, so you had to take off in second, bang third,
But he was going to have a lot of fun.
He was going to have a lot of fun. Austin had a lot of junk to take out of that one.
So
he had fun cutting that one apart if he could have got her to
do what
he wanted to do.
Yeah. He wasn't. I mean, he was disappointed, but he wasn't disappointed. But Austin made it right with him.
Yeah, 100%.
Austin
did the right thing, and he didn't have to do it.
No,
not one bit.
No, that's that chance you take.
But Austin's that person that.
Yep.
He'll take care of it.
Which you and I had talked. That is one reason you ran the first one at Griggsville for the Southern 9, but you hadn't run none of his other stuff until the Terry show. Kind of because they're all buddies.
Correct.
So if you can run 5 other shows and you still got to run against your buddies that you're going to run it on the 7th show, well, I think you'd rather go fucking jump somebody you really don't know or you really don't like, or you just, sorry dude, you're wrong place, wrong time.
Yep. I think I had a lot more. I know I had a lot of fun this year. I think it would have been more drama and butthurt feelings if I would have run all those shows.
Yes.
I mean, now if it would have stuck with the the points, I would have ran them. But my opinion, there was no reason to run the shows against your friends when really you're running for the same money regardless.
Yes.
And 99% of people, when you're running together, you're splitting the money anyway.
Now, we know Illinois is we've said this, Illinois is kind of like Utah. Y'all are just wired different. We've said it, and I don't know why. It is what it is. But do you see a lot of the guys, as the drama took off at Pleasant Hill, do you see that really pushing to where all these guys are just want to run the big stuff and not so much local?
No, not entirely. I mean, I think, we all knew going into Pleasant Hill there was, a couple different shit storms already started. And I just tried to lay low on, because I'm friends with both sides.
Correct.
So I tried to lay low on the shit storm of it and the shitstorm still hit.
Yes.
I got a question to kind of pull away from that bullshit. Bucket list show. Somewhere that you've never run that you want to.
I don't know. I want to go somewhere, but that's kind of...
Well, right when we got back, we talked, and I mentioned somebody needs to go to Utah.
I would like to. I would like to venture that way once.
That's so many guys from around here, have said.
We all need to go at one time. That way we're all running against each other.
Just because the yeah. Well, the bad thing is you're going to have to.
Yes.
An out-of-towner comes into a new place out of town. I mean, you're going to get your ass.
Yeah, but I think if you can take 3 cars out there, 3 good built cars, you can compete.
Oh yeah, unless you're in the same fucking heat.
Yeah.
Well, and then if you are in the same heat, you can take out the other 7.
Right.
If you can get it done, and then have that possibility of 3 pretty good cars going to the main, or 1 really good car and 2 really shit cars going to the main.
Right.
Yeah.
But
because I can guarantee, like I watched it out there, those were even heats. Because you didn't see that clickish driving out there.
Not for there. Now I know they said on Wasatch that's the heavier built shit, but it is more really clickish.
Right.
Town groups to town groups.
But where we were at, it wasn't like that.
Oh no.
There wasn't that definite line of who was running with who, because everybody was hitting fucking everybody.
Yeah.
And you could see that there was a couple guys that might have talked in the pits, hey, if we get in this predicament, come over and help me out. But
just like Casey Johnson said, I mean, his best friend is Marty Million.
Yeah.
But I promise you, they'd fucking hit each other.
Oh yeah.
If they have to.
Oh shit! I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this while we're on here. I've been talking to Casey.
So he informed me that he talked to you.
Okay.
Yes.
So you know what's going on there.
So we don't have to air that one quite yet.
Right.
But yeah. And I got some other shit to finish.
Well, I told him, I said, all my shit, you can just have it. Like, get down.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
He's like, well, I don't want to turn anything up. I was like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
I said, I've actually got 2 setups if you want to bring somebody else with you. And he threw out a name, and I was like, yeah, let's do it.
I'm just going to tell you, your shit's going to be junk.
I don't care.
With who he's bringing, it's going to be garbage.
I'll put the junky old 307 in his car. With a $700 R4 behind it.
Oh, let him last 3 hits. Dick. That's a long flight for 3 minutes of fun.
I'll give him a big block. He's used to that.
So, man, we're ready.
He's not.
You're not.
Nowhere close.
Anywhere ready.
He's still got shit scattered state through state.
Hell, he's got to go here, leave from here, and go pick up something else when he leaves here before he even goes home.
Just to get started.
Just to get started. I say we let him get back home.
Yeah.
2 hour and 14-minute drive.
Still gotta go 2 hours north.
Oh God.
Fuck around.
You gonna take tomorrow off?
Nope.
I might take
Because you cut out
early.
early Friday, you dickhead.
I did. Had duck blind stuff to take care of.
I'm getting Snapchats of beer and shit, and I gotta send him one of Monster candy. He said, "Fuck that! It's Friday afternoon. Blow that popsicle stand."
Yep.
I was like, I can't
I
do
did.
that.
We fucking boss man rolled out there at work at like 1:30. I couldn't see his taillights anymore. I fucking started closing doors.
So, like I said, we'll be at Gold Rush. We will all get lined up out there. More hands that make less work. So, since we finally got to get you on, I'm going to leave one out here. Do you got anything that you want to say over air that needs to be said?
You shouldn't ask people like him that.
Hey, dude, we're not FCC fucking regulated.
No, I don't.
All good?
Yeah, it'd be fun next year.
We're going to talk off air about some of that shit, too. So, got any last words?
Nope.
Make junk, boys.